Hello and welcome to the video on cooking a whole Christmas dinner. There's one big ingredient missing and you probably know what it is. Search on the Eric Lyons YouTube playlist or whatever and you'll be able to find the turkey and the turkey breast being cooked, which are in the oven now. If you thought we could do a whole Christmas dinner video in 10 minutes, you'd probably be mad. So let's get in to all the little bits and bobs. Parsnips, we're going to do honey roasted parsnips. I'm going to do roasted carrots, roast potatoes with beef dripping. They're going to be unreal. Unfortunately, it's September right now. I'm having to plan ahead for Christmas, which is a mad world. I don't like thinking about Christmas in September, but you do in our business. We have got some horrible frozen sprouts. Again, I actually do like fresh sprouts, and we sell Eric Lyons fresh sprouts when they're in season. For the sake of this video, I've had to get a frozen bag of sprouts, which will just be soggy balls of water. I'm not even going to eat them, I'm just doing it for the sake of the video. Pigs in blankets, which I'll probably eat the whole tray of. I've got my honey for my honey roast carrots. I've got my salt to season my veg. I've got sausage meat with my stuffing. I'm going to make some little sausage meat stuffingy balls. And I've got some cocktail sausages. Don't even know if I'm going to use them because we've already got pigs in blankets. Why would I cook cocktail sausage on a Christmas dinner when I've got pigs in blankets? They're just the worst version. And then I've got my Eric Lyons turkey gravy. So again, if you were thinking about making gravy, I'm just going to add the turkey juices to our Eric Lyons gravy and make it even nicer. And a cranberry sauce, which is from ourselves as well. So everything is from ourselves, apart from them horrible sprouts, but they will be on a veg box over Christmas. Let's get into it. I'm going to start by prepping everything. So there'll probably be a load of nice close-ups of me peeling the veg, and I'll be back in a minute to explain the next stage. Lovely slow motion videoing from the guys at Studio 46. Amazing team. I'll leave a tag if you ever need any videos doing for business or personal use. Best in the business. Right, so I have peeled everything. I am first of all going to put my pan of boiling water on the highest heat, because again it's still stone cold, and for the sake of the video I need to hurry up. I'm going to season it heavily. Again, I'm using quite an expensive salt. I wouldn't recommend that for this. It's just because I can't find any normal salt. So the more the better. I love a salty potato, and it's best to do it at the start of cooking. So nice salty water. Put that on, and we need to bring that to a boil or a simmer. Again, it's not the easiest of kitchens to do a video in because this thing keeps hitting my head. So potatoes then, once that's at a boil, I want to cut them all to the same sort of size so they cook evenly, and I've got even roast potatoes. So you see we've got one massive one and one smaller one. That'll probably go into 4, that'll probably go into 6. And again, it's all rough, unless you're trying to charge for your Christmas dinner. You don't need to make it look to perfection. So I'm going to go, as I said, that one I'm going to go into 4. And I want sizes like so. This one I'm going to go into 6. I'm going to go down the middle again. Get off. And then I'm going to go bam, bam. And it's all just to the eye. And you'll see that they are now perfect size with the others. And they'll just mean they cook all evenly as well. So they'll all be soft at the same time. And blah-de-blah. So get them all prepped to the eye. And we're going to move on. I'm going to explain it all in one clip here. So I'll do that again in a minute. Parsnips, same again. They go thin at one end and they're thicker at another end. So if you want to slice them all like that, you can. But you won't cook them evenly again. You'll get that which is overcooked and that which is undercooked, or vice versa. So another quick tip from a chef. My dad actually taught me this. Shout out to Dad. I like to cook these whole. well, steam them whole. So I'm going to steam them, and then I'm going to cut them, and then I am going to roast them. So I'm going to put the honey glaze on top. I don't know what it is, but if you cut that and then steam it, you lose a lot of flavour. Honestly, if you cook a whole carrot, steam it, instead of cutting it up and steaming it, the flavour is like 10 times better. So I'm going to be cutting the ends off and steaming these whole, so then they will cook evenly as they are still whole. So basically, to save you watching me do a lot of chopping, I'm going to be using the same pans, really good. I'm going to have my potatoes under here, boiling in the water, and then the steam will come up, and I'm going to steam my carrots, steam my parsnips. So parsnips in here, carrots in here. See you in a minute. Okay, so next part of our Christmas lunch is the stuffing. And again, you can just use the stuffing and you just want to mix it with a bit of hot water. You can cook it in a pan, you can put butter in, you can do lots of things. How I'm going to do it, open my stuffing mix up. I haven't even weighed the water, I'm hoping I haven't put too much in. So I'm going to roughly do that, and I want it probably quite wet because I'm going to be adding sausage meat to it, making some nice little balls, so it's got like sausage meat and stuffing balls. So incredible smell, absolutely unreal from that English roast onion and sage stuffing. And so that's probably like the perfect consistency because it is quite wet. Because what will happen is we'll drop the sausage meat in, create another mix, and then I'll just roll it up into some nice balls. I'm going to cook everything almost together. So pigs and blankets are going to stay in that tray. They'll take about 30 minutes. I'm going to roast potatoes, which I'm going to put the beef dripping into the pan and then get that in the oven in a minute. So I'll get some nice liquid fat, which I'm going to drop the potatoes into when they're cooked. And then in the other pan, we're going to have the carrots and the parsnips. We're going to roast as well. You don't have to roast them. And we're just going to glaze the parsnips with a bit of Soliol honey, amazing product. And then, yeah, gravy, we can either put in a pan or we can microwave it. And then you've got your cranberry sauce. And our turkey breast and whole turkey are cooking behind us. So let's carry on with the stuffing. There we go, it's come up really nice. Probably would be too wet for a normal dish, but obviously we're going to be adding our sausage meat, which I'm just going to nick the top. And I'm just going to put in probably half, and that'll probably make probably get 10 balls out of that, depending on how big they are. And again, I'm just going to mash it together because I want it all even. And if I don't think I've got enough sausage meat, I'll just add some more of that. And if I don't think I've got enough sage onion, I'll just add more of that. And if I don't think I've got enough water, I'll add some more of that. But basically on the packet, it says mix the contents of the packet with 300 ml of boiling water. Again, you can do it to exactly that, but I'd recommend adding a bit more water if you're going to be adding the sausage meat, you see. Mix that up. There we have it. Quick, amazing stuffing. So now, if you think it's a bit too wet, depends how you want to serve it. I probably want to make it into some balls, so I'm going to add a bit more of this because I want it to be a smidge firmer so I can actually firm it up, and I don't think it will hold otherwise. So you want to add obviously some dry mix to make it a bit firmer. Will that hold? Probably. Still a bit more. There we are, that's firming up nicely now. And then these stuffing balls, I'm going to make them a bit bigger because in my mind I want to cook them all on one tray to save space in the oven, which is another key thing over Christmas, space in your ovens. So you want to try and cook everything, or as much as you can, on the same pans. So here we are. Got a nice little stuffing ball. Again, it's still very sloppy, but when I cook it, I don't want to make it really dry because they can go dry. So I'm going to make them really wet. I should probably oil the pan before it's going to stick, so I've forgotten about that. Let me just do that. Alternatively, you can tin foil the bottom of the pan and put them on some tin foil, and that will obviously save washing up, but I'm just going to use some oil, get a bit of a cloth to wipe the oil on the bottom of the pan. So that's all nice and lightly oiled. I didn't want to over oil it. And I'm just going to get some nice balls made here. Got nice carrots, parsnips and potatoes boiling away frantically here. One last one. Whoop. Right, so turkey gravy. Again, this is just to get ahead of the game for Christmas dinner. Again, you can do all of this in the morning. It's all prep. Again, same with the potatoes, carrots and parsnips. You can do this nice and early so you can enjoy your Christmas morning once it's all out the way. Because the potatoes can just sit on there in the fat. Your carrots can sit on there and your parsnips can sit on there. And they're just ready to roast in the oven. You're basically just reheating. So I've got my gravy, still slightly frozen, doesn't matter. As long as it falls out the pot, I'm just going to slowly bring that to the boil in the pan. Lovely turkey gravy off the website. Beef dripping from the shop. Don't know if we'll have a lot of this on the website, so you've probably got to be quick. But we will have jars of nice goose fat. Again, I just want to basically, this is probably quite dangerous actually. Using a chef's knife to scrape this out. Be a bit more careful, grab a spoon. I luckily back myself with a knife and hopefully won't cut myself, but don't do this at home. So I want quite a lot. Obviously you don't want to drown it, I just want to like basically layer the bottom of the pan about that much, and you've got to think your potatoes go on top. I'm going to roll the potatoes in with the fat, so that's about as much as you need. Don't know why I've chucked the lid away. We need that back out the bin. Got my cranberry sauce. I'm going to check my veg now. So again, simple task. And we're basically going to be taking the lid off and just poking. Carrots, nowhere near done. So we go to the next section. Parsnips, nowhere near done. My potatoes are frantically boiling, probably way too much. I should probably probably cool them down a bit. And I need to basically put a knife and it needs to just slowly go through. Yeah, and it's broken one. So that is now ready. I need to drain them off. with a colander, and I haven't got that ready and I don't know where it is. Yeah. I'll show you this. I'm going to pour the water into there. So I want to keep that boiling water to get these back on the boil straight away. I'm just going to pour potatoes. Again, they're all sort of perfectly cooked. You can just see they're starting to break. Just starting to break, which is ideal. I'm going to load my water back into my tin. Get these back on the steam. Let's put that directly on. And then, yeah, I'm just going to leave them for about 5 to 10 minutes to dry. Going to get my beef dripping or goose fat in the oven. Just going to melt that down. As soon as that's melted, bring it back out and I'll have a little toss with my potatoes. So, my potatoes have been out for about 5 minutes. They're still lightly steaming, but they're very dry, which is what I want. I don't want any water on them. So, next stage. This pan has got a nice light coating. I've just put the beef dripping in. I'm just going to slide all of my roast potatoes in here with hopefully out splashing all the hot fat. Basically, you want a tray that's big enough so they all have their own room to roast nicely. Perfectly sized tray. And ideally, you want all of these roast potatoes to have, well, the whole coating of one potato needs to have a coating of the fat all round it. So you see that one's sat in the fat. I want to sort of roll that in. Again, my hands are slightly burning, but if you want a nice roast potato, you can wait another 10 minutes, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to burn my hands for you guys. And I want to roll them evenly in the beef dripping. You can sort of cook the beef dripping or microwave it and then pour it over the top. But you still want a nice even coating, and you're not going to get that unless you really do precisely watch each one. Again, I'm also steaming my face while doing this, so I'm getting a nice little sauna session. The things I go to create these videos. So I think then I've rolled the majority of them. And then what I'm going to do with these, I'm just going to lightly salt them. Again, you can lightly salt and pepper them, but I'll probably pepper them when they're finished, if I'm going to pepper them at all. But that is, they're just going to be phenomenal. And again, you can do them at 7 AM in the morning. Get them prepped like that and just leave them. The beef fat will sort of coat them and go hard and white round it. And you just leave them aside. Christmas lunch, everyone's panicking. You're like, well, it's already done. Slide them in the oven, take them out, plate them up, sorted. So carrots and parsnips, another 5-10 minutes. I want them soft, straight through when you jab a knife in. I'm going to then cool them, cut them to size. Again, we cook them whole because they have a better flavour. Cut them to size after they're cooked. Put them in our trays. Honey glaze the parsnips. I'm going to put a bit of butter on the carrots because I'm going to roast them as well. You don't have to roast them. And then I'm literally just all set just to whack everything in the oven. My turkey's about an hour away and I can have a glass of wine. Happy days. See you in a minute. Right, we are ready to get the carrots and the parsnips out. I'm just going to sit them in our colander. Again, I have just checked them with a knife and the knife slides through nicely, so that means they're cooked. And again, they are going to be roasted. I'm deciding to roast them afterwards, so we don't, basically because we're going to be roasting them, I still want them to be just a smidge hard. You still want them soft, but just a smidge hard. There we have it. So we're going to let them slightly cool. Maybe for the sake of the video, I might do this all rolling in one. And probably just cut them now and burn my hands. And I just want to cut them to a size now that we servable portions. So, because now they're fully cooked all together, it's all cooked evenly, I can then portion it up. So I'm probably just going to do simple little cuts down. 1, 2, not too small as well, because we're going to be roasting them. If you do them too small, they will sort of shrivel up. So I'll be cooking the parsnips, which I'm going to honey glaze now, in this pan, and the carrots in this pan. So this parsnip's a bit weak, yeah. So yeah, I would advise probably waiting at least 5 minutes for them to cool down so you don't burn your hands. But again, for the sake of this video, which isn't very easy to record and cook, I'm just going to do this for you. And then carrots, the same, probably a bit longer. Oh yeah, I'll mention that now. I'll mention that right straight after. Because once I've done sort of this final clip now, that we'll just cut in a minute, then it's literally out the oven, plate up, done for everything. Right, so next stage, I'm just going to put some butter on the carrots as a bit of fat. Just soak it all evenly over, just to add, and again it is salted butter, but I will add a bit more salt on, and it will just sweeten them a bit more. Lovely jubbly. It's nice and evenly coated. Because they're still warm, that butter's just melted instantly. Same with this honey. Again, I'm going to put a smidge of butter on the top of these. Again, you probably can create a little paste. I'm just trying to do this as quick as possible. And this is probably how I'd still do it at home because I'm slightly lazy. And then I should probably wash that, but I'm just going to go straight in. There's no easy way of getting your honey out. We're just going to pour nice and easily over. Smidge more. Smells incredible, absolutely unbelievable. And then we're all just ready to roast it all. And you want a bit of space between them so they roast nice and evenly. And that is all the prep done, apart from the worst part of the dish, which I hardly want to even cook because they're that bad, the sprouts. Because they're frozen, and I hate them, apart from if they're nice and fresh, they will literally just be soggy and you can probably eat them as soon as they're unfrozen. So I'm just going to not even steam them, whether I would do if they were fresh. And I'm just going to roast them probably alongside one of these trays because I haven't got the oven space. So I'll probably just put a few sprouts around here and just roast them. Bit of butter over the top, bit of seasoning, good as you're going to get. And we're all prepped. Basically all of that will go in the oven. Probably potatoes will take half an hour, carrots 20 minutes, they'll take about 20 minutes, and then the pigs in blankets half an hour. So I'll probably put the pigs in the blankets, some roast potatoes in a minute. on about 180, 190. Probably try and up it so they get the nice crispy outsides because it's all cooked. And then I'll slide in the carrots and the stuffing and the parsnips about 10 minutes afterwards. So now my oven has a bit of space because I've taken my turkey breasts out. I'm just going to quickly season the rest of my honey roast parsnips, sprouts, stuffing and carrots, and I'm going to whack them in the oven. I've already had my pigs in blankets and potatoes in for 10 minutes because I had a shelf and they take a bit longer to cook. So now I've got the space. You want to up the oven to 180 or 190. I'm going to go 190 because I want to basically just crisp everything up. That's the aim of roasting these. Everything's already cooked. I just want to crisp up the outside and make them really nice. So you can pour some of the turkey juices over the top as well to add extra flavour. Or you can use that to add to your gravy, which I'm going to do. So, yeah, here are our turkey breasts while you're looking at me. And I'm going to put these in the oven. Okay, so here we are. We have our turkey breast joints cooked. Our whole turkey is being cooked. We've got lots of other videos if you go and check them out. I've done them all separately, so you don't have to waste time if you don't want to watch one. We are going to be plating up this amazing Christmas dinner now. I'm going to be carving the turkey breast, as I can't unfortunately carve the turkey, as we're going to be using that for a photo shoot. But all the veg is in the oven. Keeping an eye on everything. The pigs in blankets are definitely ready. Let's whack them out. Whoa. Look at them beauties. The roasties are absolutely spot on. Carrots are looking good to me. Your parsnip and your stuffing, I might give, while I'm plating everything up, another 1 to 2 minutes. So, let's get cracking with the plating up. Again, everything just looks phenomenal and smells incredible in here. I've got the gravy on as well. I've let that really low and slow. I've let that build up, and I've added some of the turkey breast meat juices into it for a bit of extra flavour. So, let's carve the turkey first, as that's the biggest job. I'm going to go with, I think we've got to do a photo shoot for the bacon one, so I've got to carve the one without the bacon on, unfortunately. I'd love to carve the one with the bacon on, because we're going to be eating this afterwards. So. It would be a shame for it to go to waste. I can see the guys doing the filming are probably very hungry. I've struck gold here. So again, take your string off. I've sprayed a bit over me. Is what it is. And we're just going to be slowly carving. And look at this. I mean, there's nothing dry about that. It's absolutely moist all the way through. And that is the beauty to cooking to temperature. You really do need to cook to temperature and not to time. With the technology we've got now, sometimes if you cook the turkey and it's too dry, I'll know instantly because it will fall apart. That is holding together really nicely. Again, I like the end pieces with the extra bits of fat, so that one can be mine. Look at that. So again, make sure you tell your friends and family about this video, and your mom, if she's not that good at cooking. Don't tell them though, just advise them to go and watch the video so they get some tips and tricks. Or cook Christmas dinner yourself. I'm sure your mum and dad will be happy if you put your hand up and said you're going to give it a go. Oh. Drop my steel. Bit more on, because we were all very hungry, we haven't really eaten today. And again, you can't go and do this with any old turkey breast. to be quite honest with you, if you go and get one from the supermarket, it will probably have been frozen beforehand and it just won't be as good. Quality ingredients really is important and is at the forefront of all of our videos. Again, things like the carrots and the potatoes, they're Albert Bartlett potatoes from the shop. Go and get your veg boxes from the shop. We get them fresh from the market every day. That is so important to get good ingredients. So, pigs in blankets, probably the favourite thing on everyone's meal. We're going to be putting 2 of them on each. I'm sure we'll be back for more. Roast potatoes, that's probably going to be very hot. I'll quickly swing that over. I had a spoon somewhere, but again, I'm just going to plate it by hand. Lovely crispy roast potatoes, all evenly coloured. Again, and that's because we coated them nicely in that beef fat beforehand. Again, you can put some rosemary or thyme or any sort of extra herbs on. The flavours are going to be all there. We don't need to. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll go one more on there and one more on here. Next up, carrots. I'm going to need them oven gloves back. I'm going to put them. Plate these. Oh, lovely, the butter's just kept them nice and moist. We've got a few crispy burnt end bits. They're still nice and big. And the flavour is going to be so strong compared to any other carrot you've ever had. And that's the beauty of cooking them whole. And last but not least, we've got the honey roast parsnips and the stuffing. Again, lots of other ways to do all of this cooking, but this is how I would do it. Lovely big parsnip pieces there. Need 2 of them on each. Sprouts, I'm not, well, we will plate up for the sake of the photo at the end and the video, but again, they were frozen and horrible. Again, in our veg box that we're going to be doing over Christmas, they'll be nice and fresh, incredible sprouts, and then I actually like them, but these won't be great. And we've got the stuffing. Again, probably haven't cooked that in the right way, but they're going to be unreal, they are. Probably should have used some tin foil, but they're still coming out really nice. And again, it just helps having the prep done before. You save so much time on Christmas Day. Look at that for a Christmas dinner. And then we've got this nice gravy, turkey gravy, which we've done at Eric Lyons, and then I've added some extra turkey juices. And let's pour that over just like that. Oh, look at that. Bit of cranberry sauce. Be silly not to finish it off with a few scoops of that just next to the turkey. And look at that. Oh. So thank you for watching this incredible Christmas dinner video. It is sort of late summer here, but you'll be hopefully watching this closer to Christmas time, and I've hopefully picked up a few tips and tricks on how to cook the perfect Christmas dinner. If you don't think that's the perfect Christmas dinner, please leave a comment, and please check out our other videos. We have quite a big giveaway on one of the other videos. Maybe this one, I can't remember. I'm going mad. And thank you for watching, and just leave your comments. If you disagree, agree, got some other tips for other people. Let's just all be friendly. It's Christmas. And yeah, see you all soon.